This is the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Top flight competition between teams from Houston-area high school. Now, here's the man with the question, Chip Beal.
Welcome to the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. On today's program, it's Kempner High School against St. John's School. Players, this sound means your answer is correct. This tone incorrect. And this sound the end of each quarter. Good luck to two fine teams. The warm-up round is upon us. The game begins with a five-pointer. What Great Lakes state chose as its motto, "If you seek a pleasant peninsula, look around you"?
Kempner, Ben.
Michigan. Michigan is right. That's a good start for Ben. Now for 10 points. Who wrote the story that begins, "There once was a shoemaker who, through no fault of his own, became so poor that he had nothing left but leather for one pair of shoes"?
Kempner, VJ.
Anderson.
Not Hans Christian.
St. John's, Nick.
The Brothers Grimm.
The Brothers Grimm is right, and St. John's is on the board. For 5 points, what, according to Adam Smith, originated as a means of facilitating exchange?
St. John's, Brian.
Money.
When the products of those who wish to barter are not desired by those with whom they choose to trade. For 10 points, what term used by physicists for a type of electricity is also used by naturalists in reference to a population?
Kempner, Michael.
Static.
Showing little change over a period of time. Finish the question. Good anticipation. A visual question worth 5 points. Look at your screen, please, and tell me what letter or number would be formed if you connected these dots.
St. John's, Todd.
E.
Not an E. Kempner?
Ben.
I.
It is K. The letter K. No score. For 10 points, oil has been discovered beneath the weekend home of Queen Elizabeth. Name this castle located...
Kempner, Ben.
Windsor.
20 miles west of London. For 5 points, the smallest ones, called diamond dust, may be just 5/1000ths of an inch in diameter, while others have been measured at several inches across. An average-sized one takes about 8 to 10 minutes to fall to Earth from a height
Kempner, Michael.
Hail.
of 1,000 feet. What are these hexagonal winter objects?
St. John's, Alex.
Snowflake.
Sure. Snowflakes. For 5 points, identify the northernmost site for the Olympics, just 1,995 miles south of the North.
St. John's, Alex.
Lillehammer.
Lillehammer, Norway, south of the North Pole, completed the question. For 5 points, the Fund, Heart Attack, Caracas, His Case, Khrushchev, and the Campaign of 1960 are the individual topics of a book published in 1962 titled Six Crises. What later U.S. president wrote it?
St. John's, Todd.
Nixon.
Richard Milhouse Nixon is right. For 5 points, a music question. Listen to an orchestral arrangement of the main theme from an Academy Award-winning Best Picture and name it.
Kempner, Ryan.
Chariots of Fire.
That's the one. Another 540. This is a math question. What type of mathematical sequence is represented by the following? X plus D, X plus
Kempner, Ben.
Arithmetic.
X plus 2D, X plus 3D, X plus 4D, right. For 10 points, the average number of calories consumed per person per day is highest in which of the following countries? China, Burma, Burkina Faso,
Kempner, Michael.
China.
Haiti, or Belgium?
St. John's, Alex.
Belgium.
Belgium would be the answer, I would suspect by a wide margin. Of course, Hercule Poirot brings up the average in that country. For 5 points, Samuel Taylor Coleridge defined prose as words in their best order. What did he define as the best words in their best order?
St. John's, Brian.
Poetry.
Yes, poetry, that's the answer. For 10 points, what foul is indicated in basketball and football, respectively, by a referee
Kempner, VJ.
Offside.
By a referee holding both hands on his hips.
St. John's, Brian.
Offside.
Offsides in football and blocking in basketball. We needed both answers. A visual question worth 5. Which two of the following words describe the atmosphere that Morris Cantor has created in synthetic arrangement from these choices? Calm, hectic, relaxed, dizzying, still.
Kempner, Ben.
Hectic and dizzying.
Yes, hectic and dizzying. For 5 points. A Celsius degree is 9/5 larger than a Fahrenheit degree. How much larger is a Celsius degree than a degree Kelvin?
Kempner, Ben.
273.
St. John's, Brian.
They're the same.
They are the same size, you're right. And that sound brings to a close the first period. When we return, we'll meet the contestants and then continue with the bonus round. Thanks for staying with us. Our score at the end of one period is 40 for Kempner, 50 for St. John's. Now let's focus on each of the outstanding contestants on today's program. Kempner High School. Welcome to the captain, Michael Chang, a National Merit finalist. He's a senior and founder of ASK. Now, what do those initials stand for, Michael?
Asian Society of Kempner.
All right, thank you. Next is VJ Manium, a senior, member of JETS, Mu Alpha Theta, and ASK. Are you a member of that too? Okay, and he hopes to attend Rice. Next to him is Ryan Shepard, a junior, an Eagle Scout, member of the Junior Classical League, and the Kurtaman team. And Ben Paul, a senior, he attended the Harvard Summer School Program, and he's founder and president of ASK. All right. Their alternates, Che Casa, Lon Porter, and Chuck Summer. Coaches Pat Criswell and Roy Adamczyk. Their manager, Jack Lynn. That's the team from Kempner High School. From Houston, welcome St. John's School, a perennial contender in this competition. Todd Sangster is the captain, a junior. He's treasurer of JETS, Junior Engineering Technical Society, a certified youth soccer referee. He plays the euphonium and enjoys skiing and hiking. You been anywhere skiing this past winter?
No, not this winter.
Okay. Next is Nick Merritt, a senior, National Merit semifinalist, plays varsity volleyball. He's president of Johnny Cake. What's that all about?
It's the drama organization.
The drum organization, and he sings in the choir. Brian Lee is a junior, member of JETS, reporter on the school newspaper, plays the piano and soccer. Now, Alex is next. Alex Kurinets is a senior, National Merit commended scholar, hopes to attend the University of Pennsylvania, and he speaks Russian.
Sure do.
Are you of Russian heritage?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was 2 when I came
Their
over.
alternates are William Baker, Tiffany Schreiber, and Jody Sangster. Coaches Alice Nelson and Kim Neighbor. That's the team from St. John's School. Now, let's meet the distinguished ones. The judges are Professor Tom Hudson, Department of Physics, University of Houston, and Mike Mastandria is the president of Marching Auxiliaries of America. Their decisions are final. We're going to go without further ado into the bonus round. If you get a toss-up right, you'll have a chance, first chance at a 4-part bonus. Here's a 10-point toss-up. Hands on your buzzers. In what Galveston Park will you find a naval exhibit housing the World War II submarine USS Kavala and the destroyer escort USS Stewart?
Kempner, Ben.
Moody Garden.
St. John's, can you take it?
Nick.
Seawolf Park.
Wolf Park is right. Nick comes through. He'll be joined by Todd, Brian, and Alex as St. John's will attempt to increase their lead. U.S. cities for 5. What city became known as the Gateway to the West?
St. Louis.
That's the one. For 10 points, name the terminus of Sherman's March to the Sea.
Charleston.
Not Charleston, Kempner.
Savannah.
Savannah, Georgia is right. Here's another toss-up for 10 points. The word apartheid is from the Afrikaans language and translates into what 9-letter English?
Kempner, Ryan.
Separate.
9-letter English.
St. John's, Alex.
Segregation.
Neither of those 9-letter words the answer apartness. More or less a transliteration, one would say. For 10 points, election night predictions are often based on these surveys taken.
St. John's, Todd.
Exit polls.
Exit polls is right. Todd Sangster comes through, and quadratic is your bonus. For 5 points, y equals 2x squared plus x plus 1 graphs as what?
Parabola.
A parabola.
Parabola is correct. For 10 points, how many roots does the following equation have? X plus 1 quantity squared equals x squared plus 2x plus 1. You have 10 seconds to figure it out.
One and all. Everything. Infinite.
No, it has one.
Infinite.
Oh, that's right. It's infinite. It has infinite roots.
Infinite is correct. How about this 15-pointer? If the point 1 comma w lies on the graph of y plus 3 equals x squared minus 2x plus 1, what is the value of w? You have 15 seconds.
3. Minus 3, I mean. Okay. Is it minus 3? What's minus 3?
Minus 3.
That is correct. They came up with it early, but just checking and double checking. For 20 points and a total of 50, what is the x-coordinate of the vertex of y equals negative 2x squared plus 11x minus 15? You have 20 seconds.
It's 11 over 4. And then it's 11.
Your answer?
11 fourth 1. 241.
Too much time. The answer... we can't give the answer. The question goes to Kempner.
Right.
Can you figure
Your
it
answer,
out, Kempner?
0-0.
No, 11 fourths. That's the answer. No score. For 10 points, I have a music question. Identify the composer of this duet or the featured instruments.
Kempner, Ben.
Fiddle.
Question goes to St. John's. Too late to guess. Well, we had the violin in there, obviously, but in the background, you had to pick up the guitar to get the points, or give us Niccolo Paganini. For 10 points, what is the last word in this Robert Herrick stanza? Gather ye rosebuds while ye may. Old time is still a-flying. And this same flower that smiles today, tomorrow...
St. John's, Nick.
Dying.
Tomorrow will be dying. Yes. Your philosophy of life, no doubt, Nick. Okay, death places is the subject of this bonus for St. John's. These people died far from where most of their lives were spent. For 5 points, where did the Portuguese navigator Magellan die?
The Philippines.
That is correct. For 10 points, English explorer Captain James Cook.
Australia.
What's Australia?
Australia.
He explored Australia, but he didn't die there. Kempner?
New Zealand?
Also a good try. Hawaiian Islands is the answer. Okay, we have a math toss-up for both schools. The ratio of the magnitudes of two supplementary angles is 2 to 1. How many degrees are in the smaller angle?
Kempner, Ryan. 60 degrees.
And this time it's Kempner. Coming through, Michael, VJ, Ryan, and Ben. Finish the title as your subject for 5 points. Which word completes the title of George Caleb Bingham's oil painting, Daniel Boone Leads Settlers Through the Blank Gap?
Cumberland?
Sure. For 10 points, complete the title of Edwin Markham's poem, The Man with the Blank. By naming the garden tool referred to in these lines, bowed by the weight of the centuries, he leans upon his blank and gazes on the ground.
The hoe?
Hoe is right. For 15 points, the 1936 Daphne du Maurier novel, Blank Inn, I-N-N, is one of her Cornish tales. Blank Inn.
Jamaica. Jamaica?
Jamaica Inn is right. And for 20 points in total of 50, Gabriel Garcia Marquez, bestseller about Simon Bolivar, the general in his blank.
Glory?
Well, this is probably the toughest question of the whole match. Let's see if St. John's can handle it.
Element.
That's an elegant try, but the answer is labyrinth. The general in his labyrinth. We're in our element here at the Texaco Star Academic Challenge, and when we come back, these will be the 60-second round subjects. Computer abbreviations starts with D, parts of speech, and the secret category. Stick around, won't you? At halftime, our score is 90 for Kempner, 120 for St. John's. Questions used on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge are provided by Questions Unlimited of Columbus, Ohio. Now, we're into 60 seconds. You know how it works. You pick a subject. You get 1 minute to answer as many 10-pointers as you can. When time has expired, that's it. The second team may take a shot at any questions the first team misses. And if you sweep the category, we'll give you a 20-point bonus. Kempner trails, so Michael and company, you're up to bat. What'll it be?
Parts of speech.
Parts of speech is their subject. Start the clock. Here we go. I will give you a word, and you tell me what part of speech it represents. Retrench.
Verb.
Diversionary.
Adjective.
Theirs. T-H-E-I-R-S.
Adjective.
Later.
Adverb. Adverb.
Behind.
Adjective. Adjective.
Convenient.
Adjective.
Kilowatt.
Noun. Noun.
These.
Adjective.
Alas. Alas. A-L-A-S.
Fast.
And finally, nevertheless.
It'd be an adverb. It wouldn't be an adjective. Adverb.
Nope, you picked up 50 points on parts of speech, a possible 50 now for St. John's. What part of speech is theirs? T-H-E-I-R-S.
Personal pronoun.
Pronoun is all we needed. Behind.
Preposition.
Yes. These.
Relative.
Pronoun.
Pronoun will do. Alas.
Interjection.
Interjection.
Interjection. And finally, nevertheless.
Conjunction.
Conjunction.
Conjunction is right. Tell me, Todd, would parts of speech have been your first choice?
No, it wouldn't have.
Oh, okay. Well, go. What is your first choice?
Starts with D.
Starts with D. Okay. Start the clock. Here we go. All answers to these short and sweet clues start with the letter D. Doctor who gets under your skin.
Dermatologist.
Powdered soap for household machinery.
Detergent.
He kept forgetting Snow White's name.
Dopey.
Martin Luther King had one.
Dream.
Transylvania's pain in the neck.
Dracula.
Lions and tigers and cars, oh my.
Dodge.
Put a bick to the wick in the stick and go boom.
Dynamite.
Expired prior to reaching the hospital.
Died.
Bush's successful operation.
Desert Storm.
An expression a sad pineapple would have. Time runs out. Mike, was it 70 points?
70
Yes,
points.
indeed. Okay, Kempner, all answers to these clues start with the letter D. Lions and tigers and cars, oh my.
Detroit.
Detroit, yes. Expired prior to reaching the hospital.
Dead on arrival.
Yes, or DOA. And finally, an expression a sad pineapple would have.
Doleful.
Doleful is right. That is the expression. And we needed an adjective. You gave it to us. That's the end of the round. We'll be back with Stump the Experts, so stay where you are. With our score 170 for Kempner, 240 for St. John's, we'll have a series of rapid-fire questions until time runs out. In this round, the difficult round, which we term Stump the Experts. For 20 points, an art question. Admiring innocence and directness in people.
Kempner, VJ.
Gauguin.
Paul Gauguin is right for 20 points. Hail to thee, Mary. For 15 points, reading from the left, which are the first three letters on the bottom row of a standard typewriter?
Kempner, Ryan.
ZXV.
Can you take it?
St. John's, Todd.
ZXC.
Well done, Todd. 15 points. Here's a 20-point literature question. Which word used as the name of a ship completes this line from Longfellow's Building of the Ship? Thou too, sail on, O ship of state. Sail on, O blank, strong and great. Finish or fill in the blank. Sail on, O Union, strong and great. For 15 points, name the German military unit that suffered a decisive defeat by General Montgomery at El Alamein.
Kempner, Ben.
Desert Africa Corps.
That is correct. Africa Corps. For 20 points, in 1861, Confederate forces took control of San Antonio. A lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army who was passing through the city was told he must swear allegiance to the newborn Southern government or he would forfeit his baggage. He refused, saying his allegiance was to his home state and the Union. Although he never saw his luggage again, he did finally join the Confederate Army. Name this Confederate officer.
St. John's, Todd.
Lee.
Robert E. Lee is right for 20 points. I have a music question for 15 points. What happened at the concert hall after the first performance of this composition?
St. John's, Todd.
The crowd rioted.
They did. The Rite of Spring by Igor Stravinsky. For 15 points, nearly 54% of the minerals in the Earth's crust are composed of an abundant rock-forming silicate whose name derives from the common German word that means field, F-I-E-L-D.
Kempner, Ryan.
Feldspar.
Feldspars, that's the name of the silicate. For 15 points, spell the correct plural possessive of the proper noun Jones.
Kempner, Michael.
Jones apostrophe.
Question goes to St. John's.
St. John's, Brian.
Jones apostrophe.
Is correct for 15 points. Here's a 20-pointer. Chantilly, France is known the world over for producing what very fine.
Kempner, Michael.
Lace.
That's the product for 20 points. Another 20-pointer. This is an art question. The artist recognized only three masters, Velázquez, Rembrandt, and nature. Here's his painting of St. Francis of Borgia exorcising a demonized dying man. Name the painter for 20 points.
St. John's, Alex.
Goya.
Francisco de Goya is right. And Alex comes through. A 20-pointer to a psychologist. What classic conflict does Michael Douglas face vis-a-vis Demi Moore in the motion picture Disclosure? What would a...
St. John's, Nick.
Reverse discrimination.
What would a psychologist call that conflict? Kempner for 20 points.
2 minutes left. Kempner, Ben.
Attraction repulsion.
Well, that's the idea, but the psychological term is approach avoidance. For 15 points, the 1994 film Mi Vida Loca is about Latina gangs. Translate the film title.
Kempner, Ben.
My Crazy Life.
My Crazy Life. A 20-point math question. What is the phase shift for the following equation? Y equals 4 sine of the quantity 0.5x plus 40. Y equals...
St. John's, Brian.
20.
Y equals 4 sine Quantity,
Kempner, Ben.
10.
it's negative 80 degrees. For 20 points, by the Adams-Onis Treaty in 1819, Spain ceded to the U.S. Florida
Kempner, Ben.
And he gave up his claim to Louisiana.
and all Spanish lands from Louisiana to Wyoming, then west to the Pacific, all lands north of the 42nd parallel, the present northern border of California, and what other 2 states?
St. John's, Todd.
Nevada and Utah.
You got them both for 20 points. Here's another 20-pointer. We'll ask you to name the orchestra featured in this musical selection.
Kempner, Michael.
New York Philharmonic.
St. John's?
Alex.
Berlin.
Any old-timers know that one? Mantovani is right. There's a 15-pointer. Beethoven was referring to the first movement of which of his symphonies when he wrote this descriptive title? Awakening of joyful feelings upon arrival.
Kempner, Ryan.
The 5th Symphony.
Upon arrival in the country at the game-ending tone.
St. John's, Alex.
9th Symphony.
No, the 6th, known as the Pastoral, and that's the end of the match. And the final score is Kempner 255, St. John's 345. The winner, St. John's School. Well played by both teams. I'm Chip Beal, your host. Next week on our show, we welcome 2 former champions, Langham Creek and Kingwood. That should be a good one. See you then.
Up next, celebrate the joys of the home with Martha Stewart's Living. Learn creative and useful tips for gardening, cooking, decorating, entertaining, and restoring from the one and only Martha Stewart. Next on KPRC Channel 2. Join us again next Saturday when 2 more Houston-area teams compete on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge.